What's up, Wasatch? I'm Mrs. Tolles, one of your assistant principals. Today I'm going to be talking to you about our Hall Pass system called Smart Pass. Please pay attention and ask your teachers if you have any questions at the end. Teachers, at the end of the video, please be prepared to discuss how you will use Smart Pass in your classroom and take time to help your students log in and figure out the system.
Hi, I'm Vince from Smart Pass, and today we're going to take a look at how you're going to create digital hall passes for any time you need to leave your classroom. Now, before we jump in, it is really important to remember that you'll want to follow all of your class and school rules and procedures for how to ask for a pass and how to behave in the hallways. But let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at how to use Smart Pass. You'll want to begin by logging into Smart Pass. You can do that by heading to app.smartpass.app, or if your school uses Clever or ClassLink, you can log in via one of those. All you need to do is type in your email address and your password and sign in. Once you sign in, it will bring you over to your student homepage. Here we can see a variety of things, such as upcoming passes. We can see here that this student, Ian, has a pass to go see Miss Roberts on Wednesday, and we have some upcoming flex activities as well. On the right, we can see pass requests, which we'll talk about in a moment, and then across the top, in the top right corner, are our create and schedule pass buttons. Let's begin by taking a look at how to create a pass. So let's say you're sitting in your class and you need to get a drink of water. Now, what you'll want to do is always follow your class and school procedures on how to ask for a pass. So for most of you, that's going to be by raising your hand and asking for permission. Once your teacher has said it is okay, you'll head to Smart Pass and click on Create Pass. If your school has it set up, your classroom will already be filled in. If not, you can fill that in. Select where you're going. In this case, we asked for a drink of water, and you're able to adjust your time. You can only adjust down. You can never give yourself more time than what your school has permitted for that particular pass. Once you click Start, you'll notice that your device goes full screen with this pass, and the timer begins. Now, before you leave the room, you will want to make sure you show your teacher your active running pass. So best practice is actually set this up at the front of the room before you walk out and wait for your teacher to give you that thumbs up, that head nod, that okay, that you're allowed to leave. So you always want to make sure you show your teacher your pass. You'll leave your device at the front of the room, and in this case, go get a drink of water. After you've quietly returned to the room after getting your drink of water, you go to your device, most likely sitting at the front of the room, and as you pick it up, simply hit End Pass, return to your seat quietly, and you've completed your digital pass for your water fountain trip. Now, there may be some instances in your school where you have some classes or some spaces set up with what's called a kiosk. You may see these kiosks set up in places like your cafeteria or the gym, or maybe even some classrooms. But by and large, it's used exactly the same way. You're going to be sitting in class, and if you need to leave the room, you would raise your hand and ask for permission the same way that you would if you were using your actual device. This kiosk is just a shared device at the front of the room instead. So after you've secured permission by asking for a pass, you'd walk to the front of the room and punch in your name and select where you're going. Maybe it's the bathroom this time. And you're able to adjust that time, start that pass, and quietly leave the classroom and complete your pass. When you quietly return to the room, all you have to do is walk back to that kiosk and end your pass, and you'd be good to go.
Now take the time to log into Smart Pass. Go to your Outlook and go to the waffle in the left top corner. You want Clever, so if your app doesn't show up here, type Clever in here, and it will open to this screen. Click Login with Microsoft, choose your account, and sign in. Once you've logged in, you'll see a screen like this. If you do not have Smart Pass show up here, type it in the search bar, and it will log you in. You'll get to a screen like this, and this is where you will create passes to leave the classroom.
Okay, teachers, now talk about your expectations and how you would like students to ask for and use Smart Pass in your classroom, and then help students log in. Remember, they go to their waffle and they go through Clever and sign in with Microsoft.